Okay, this question is exercise from exercise 2S and it's number 3. And it's dealing with transformations of strange functions. So on a separate diagram for each pair, transform the first function to the second function, show the graphs at each stage. All right, so to start, I just want to throw in what my first function would look like. Well, the square root of 0 is 0, square root of 1 is 1, square root of 4 is 2, square root of 3 is, or square root of 9 is somewhere out there, and it's 3. So I would end up with a rational function, sorry, a radical function looking someone like that. For this next part, we have to focus on our order of operations. So we have to deal with everything that is inside the braces first. So the first thing that I see there is, I am going to rewrite this real quick because I think it's important to have it rewritten. So it's negative f of negative x plus 3, and then plus 1. So I have to deal with multiplication first, multiplication and division. So I have to deal with the negative 1, or the negative x is what I have to deal with first. Well, when you negate the x inside of a function, you flip across the y-axis. So it's just going to end up looking something like this, and my function curves down as best I can. So that's done. Now I have to deal with the rest of what's in there. So negative x plus 3. Now, this 3 is my horizontal shift, but it's only my horizontal shift when it is x minus h, right? This isn't x plus 3, it's negative x plus 3. So I have to turn that so it's x, so it is in that same format. So x minus 3 is what that is. So the horizontal shift is 3 to the right. So if I take my function, I've just got to sketch my last step in, right, or something like that. If I apply that transformation to it, then it's going to start right there, and then be, so that is 3, so it's negative 6 is where it's going to cross. So this function is going to end up looking, after that horizontal shift, something like that. Okay? So I've taken care of my brackets completely. Just going to resketch that here, make sure we got it. Here and here. The next thing I have to do, looking back at my function, is order of operations. I've got to do this negative next. So dealing with that negative, what does it mean to negate a function? Well, it means we flip it across x. So this function just gets flipped right across x, and goodness, there we go. So this is my negative f. So now we've got everything in the braces taken care of. We've got all of the things that are in. This is going to be a real challenge because my iPad just froze. Close enough. So now we have to deal with the last thing, and the last thing is this plus 1. So if I add 1 to a function, then all I am going to be doing is moving everything up 1. So we would end up at the end of all of these transformations. If I can get this right, it'll be a miracle. We would end up with a function that looks just like that. So when we do it, we graph the original, and then we break it apart. We do the stuff that's inside the brackets first, just like order of operations. And inside the brackets, we still have to follow order of operations. So multiplication, division, then addition, subtraction, and if there's any indices, all those things.